And welcome to Lyon for the grand final of the World Cup. Great Britain, who have won all their 3 matches, playing against Australia. Great Britain in white, Australia in their usual green and gold. And it's almost even to this match. There's a lot of talk in Lyon this morning who they think's going to win, but the Australian have got Langdon full back, Grant in a number 2 jersey for playing on the left wing, Harris, Starling and Brannigan, who will be on the right wing. Fulton past fit this morning, and Ward, Sullivan, Beatson, Stephen, and I'm doing the wrong way up, but you know that. And the front 3, O'Neill, Walters and O'Reilly. It's quite a strong side. There was some doubt about Bobby Fulton, ex-Warrington, but he was declared fit. And the Great Britain side is, I would think, just about at full strength. John Holmes is at stand-off. His father arrived this morning. Full-back Charlton, Sullivan, Hesketh, Walsh and Atkinson. Nash at scrum half had a great World Cup Series game. Holmes and the front 3, Clawson, Prop, Fieldside, Stevenson, Jeans, Lowe, he calls him Love there, well, maybe after if they win, Lockwood and Nichols. And the subs incidentally are O'Neill and Irvine. And so it's a good, strong Great Britain side, quite confident this morning. The referee is Monsieur Jeannot, a Marseille detective who I think you have seen before. He has refereed a number of matches in France against Great Britain. And it's Australia having won the toss. Nash to kick off. And so Great Britain left to right in the final of this World Cup. And it's a penalty straight away because it didn't go the required 10 yards distance. And it will be interesting to see whether Langlands takes a shot at goal, because a goal at this stage will be quite dramatic and certainly important for Australia. He's not going, he's looking towards the touchline. This vast stadium holds over 60,000, was built, I understand, in the hope that France would get the games, the Olympic Games, which went to Mexico. But of course it's not by any means full today. Ward, scrum half. Lost ball. 25 yards line, the first scrum. And Nash going to feed if the heavyweight forwards will measure each other for strength in the early parts of the game. I'm quite sure it looks as if he was coming out on the Great Britain side, but Bobby Fulton, Ward, Beatson, and the 4th tackle, and the referee is very keen on getting the players back. Don't want to give away penalties at this moment. This is a Great Britain ball. George Nichols, a witness, quite a few witness followers here. Jim Davis and Bill Johnson, Terry Clawson. Quite a few, and again losing the ball. Beaton, John Walsh going in to make the kill tackle. 25 yard line on the left, and again a lost ball. Early match nerve. John Holmes, Phil Lowe, slip but up again. Chris Hesketh. Dummy half Mike Stevenson, who's been very successful in this World Cup. Great Britain determined to throw the ball about. It's no good them mixing it, and they know that. Halfway line. Sun comes out here in Lyon. Clawson to big Phil Lowe was one of the players that Australia really do fear. A long one. Paul Charlton. And he'd seen the referee put the fingers up to indicate the 4th tackle. So Brannigan wearing a number 5 jersey on the right wing. I tried to get them to change that, but seems to be their system. 25 yards flag, you can see another corner flag. O'Reilly. So teams both not yet settled. Full tackle, you see the referee, Jammer. Beats them, pushing it back. For Langland, an offside. A penalty against David Jeans, who incidentally is playing blind side prop. For those of you who know field side and blind side, I suppose the majority know them as forwards. So this is the World Cup, which Australia have won 3 times, Great Britain twice. They would even the number if Great Britain were to win today. They beat Australia a couple of weeks ago. Sullivan turning it inside to Brannigan. The first move from the Australian. A lot of Australian supporters there. Beatson and a knock on. Quite a lot of Australian people there. Quite a number from England. Gordon Lister, the Leeds Fuller, had to pay some pound for a ticket. So even if there's not as many, there should be a lot of francs available after this final. Steve Nash on the left. And his opposite Dennis Ward on the right. Is crafty when he played 2 for Widnes. George Nichols. That's the running track behind, or the cycle track. I think it's more of a running track. No score. Final of the World Cup here in Lyon. Great Britain on the left, in possession, in white. Phil Lowe. John Walsh. Not a bad left leg kick, but he's going to Starling. Mark Harris. 5 minutes gone. No score. Sullivan, lock forward as they call him in Australia, and 4th tackle coming up, halfway line. These are the specialised tactics of Australia to do up and unders and rattle Charlton, but he's not one easily rattled when the ball goes up. Mike Stevenson. Seems to be a little bit of grease on the top of the turf. Steve Nash. John Walsh booting the ball. Rather a vast stadium to measure. A bit of a look of Wembley, but not as good. Ben Langland. The first real cheer of the match came from the Australian crowd as Brian Lockwood tackled the Langlands, but it was for Langland's run that got the cheers. 2 heavy props, O'Neill and O'Reilly. Dennis Ward. Ball lost. Phil Lowe to Paul Charlton. Brian Lockwood managed to take it at the second attempt. I think in a few minutes now the nerves should have worn themselves out. Oh, nicely taken, Sullivan. Taken by Grant, playing on the left wing, number 2. Clive Sullivan lost his boot as Clive Sullivan. Glad they didn't come this way. Nice move. Strong fella, Harris. Mark Harris plays for East in Sydney. Played him on the wing in the early matches. Obviously his best position is centre. Langlands. Australia at the moment just being the more possessive. Fourth tackle coming up. 25 yards line, going for a drop for Bobby Fulton. No goal. No goal. And remember, in the World Cup, it's only 1 point and only 4 tackles, not the 6 tackle rule that we have back in England. This match going to Australia by satellite, and we've got Italy, Switzerland, France, New Zealand taking it, and Chris Hesketh taking that. 25 yards line. John Holmes. Well, he got the passing all right to John Atkinson. Will it run? Yeah, it runs very well by Nichols, George Nichols. 2 Great Britain subs, Dennis O'Neill and Bob Irving. Both the French and the New Zealand team who took part in this competition are here too. And the flag on the 25 yards line, not the corner. And the referee is giving a penalty for putting the ball in his own post feet. And the reason he's gone there, of course, is that the scrum should have been there. Remember that rather interesting rule of French referee giving a penalty after a try had been scored and converted for an offence on an English player, Atkinson, after he'd scored the try. This could be well adopted in English football. It's quite a good rule. It did adopt, of course, in rugby union. I believe there was an incident the week after the one in France. So Terry Clausen to kick with 10 minutes gone in the first half, no score. And that's the first penalty to Great Britain. Clausen, if he's in the form that he was when he last played against Australia, that would be a pretty useful 2 points at this stage. Clausen, the Leeds prop forward, kicks a goal. He gets plenty of height, and it's a goal. A goal, 2 points to 0 for Great Britain, the first score. And there's Terry Clausen, which will give him a lot of heart for his goal kicking. There's quite a strong team spirit about the British side. There's a scoreboard there. Australia, Gran Bretagne, 2 points to 0. And it's another penalty. Now then, I should think that Clausen should be given a shot at goal here. He may not kick it, but what a heartbreaker it would be if he were to kick it, and he's of course done it before from this position. Very little wind around the stadium. The flags are virtually drooping, and I would think he's going to take a shot at goal. We've seen him do this before. You remember in the first match when Great Britain won 27-21, it was the halfway line penalty goal that made it into what is now known in rugby league circles as the 7-point try. I was rather funny. I was just talking a couple of minutes ago about this incident, and although it's not the same, nevertheless it is a chance for Australia, having kicked out on the full, gone straight into touch, and this is the distance. Looks a long one, a great big bank in behind it, and this time he gets the torpedo-shaped ball just angled to get distance. Halfway line, Terry Clausen, been around the rugby league for quite a while. What a great goal. He doesn't take a long kick, and not a long run anyway. Could be a long kick. 2 points to 0 for Great Britain. Nowhere near, but it was worth having a go. It would have been a soul destroyer, I reckon, if it kicked it. Graham Langlands brings it out much relieved. 25 yards line flag in front of us. Britain now taking position into the 25 yards line. A penalty for France, for Australia, sorry, by the French referee. Langland's the kicker of St George's Club, where they are known as the Taj Mahal. I said earlier they're taking this match by satellite, which will be around midnight in Sydney. John O'Reilly, Arthur Beetson, Dennis Ward, still playing a lot of faith in their big heavy forward. Knock on. Steve Nash of Featherstone, and a penalty for putting the ball in his own forward's feet. No doubt he felt he could do this, having in mind the last Australian match when the referee Tessier didn't seem to bother about which way the ball went in as long as it came out quickly. So Ray Brannigan, number 5, on the right wing, kick in to equalise the score. Australia third penalty. Brannigan been kicking well. He took over from Graham Langlands, who was really the leading goal kicker. So those of you, if any of you have been to this great big stadium here in Lyon, it's kicking towards the scoreboard end, and the score 2-0 for Great Britain. Just about 40 yards, it's straight, and it will bring the scores equal if he were to kick it. No goal, and Paul Charlton decided to run it out. Those of you who saw Tuesday's floodlit match will recall an incident of running it out, but seems to be a safe one at the moment. Seem to feel there is a bit of wind coming on towards Great Britain, and now the hardness here, a bit of trouble just to the right. There it is. Somebody going in to try to sort out. Clausen was one, and O'Neill, and play goes on, and the referee's not bothered about that. That's the way to stop it. Oh, he's going to stop it now on the 4th tackle. So test judge is not in, and I don't think the referee's seen anything. There's quite a bit of kerfuffle going on. You can expect a bit of that in the World Cup between Great Britain and Australia, but it ceased almost as quickly as it started, and the referee didn't say anything, and if he did, he didn't want to know. Got to take him quick. He missed him, but George Nichols, brave effort. Stevenson, and the great big cheer from the Australian section here in Lyon. They probably outnumber the Great Britain supporters by about 10-1. Penalties, Australia have 5 to Great Britain 2. Well, it's quite obvious the referee is wanting to leave well alone, if that's the right phrase. The forwards are beginning to go a bit strong. O'Neill. O'Neill's in for a try. O'Neill's in for a try. Give him the try. O'Neill went down the blind side. So for a prop forward who had just been having a little bit of algae father. He did very well. Let's have a look at it again. That was the other prop four, and he came back, and still work had got to be done. There were still a couple of players. One English player was obstructed there. Lowe missed him. Nichols came across, couldn't heal him. So Charlton was left with two. Charlton took him. Well, he hit the corner flag, but it grounded first. I think it's only fair to say grounded first, so he rolled over. The referee, Jamo, looked at the touch judge. So Ray Brannigan to attempt the conversion with a score of 3 points to Australia, 2 to Great Britain. The referee is in the most peculiar position at the moment. He's almost between the kicker, there's Arthur Beetson, played for Hull Kingston Rovers, wearing the number 11. Is the referee now coming back? Both touches just behind. Brannigan, the kicker. It's a good goal. Very good goal indeed. 5 points to 2 for Australia. And we've been playing a matter of about 20 minutes with the scoreline. Australia 5, he gives it 6 there. Probably a bit on for service, as usual in France. A good burst by Sullivan. The Australia have got really a little bit of pressure on at the moment. Knock on. Advantage. Davy Jeans playing his blindside prop. Manager Will Spavin felt could do with his weight there. Dropped the ball, and somebody's dropped low without the ball. Offside. Correct decision. I think there's no common market love about this. The crowd are behind the Australians. That was a correct decision. And there's the angle, and Langland's calling on Brannigan to take a kick and go after his last success. You can understand it. You see the vast stadium, the rows of concrete with the flags just above, beginning to get a little bit of wind blowing them, probably in favour of Australia at this moment. Peculiar to see a left wing wearing the number 2 and the kicker number 5 playing on the right wing. Third attempt, he's had one success. Brannigan brought on as kicker instead of Langlands in this series, really to take the strain, I think, of Langlands. Brannigan kicking. Wide, and nothing for that. Taken by John Walsh. So the score remains at 5 points to 2. Steve Nash, and lost the ball. Scrum down. Trying to analyse this game at this stage. Problems for Great Britain are feeding the ball the way the referee wants it feeding, and they're getting back on the 5 yards. John Walsh running into trouble, playing standoff. And the penalty. John Holmes to kick, and John Holmes is been spoken to by the referee for something, but well taken, not in touch, John Holmes. Graham Langlands. A good tackle by Phil Lowe and Dennis Ward. Going to use Mark Harris coming on the burst, the halfway line, trying to break down the middle defences. Atkinson, high tackle. O'Neill and O'Reilly using their 17 stone each, 34 stone between them to knock back any aggressive running that Great Britain might have. Great Britain much the lighter pack. Phil Lowe, in with a chance of breaking through. There's a lot of cover for Phil Lowe. This is a chance for John Walsh. Well, it was very close, but the best move of Great Britain so far. Brannigan just took the last man, so Great Britain on the move. John Holmes, Chris Escott, and it's the fourth tackle. Well, that was the best bit of play that Great Britain have produced. .25 yards line, and Great Britain could do with the ball here. Mick Stevenson, Clawson, open side, Jeans, blind side the front three. It's Australia possession. Chris Hesketh. Bobby Fulton, known so well to Warrington people. Arthur Beeson, known to Hull Kingston Rovers fans, but certainly not going to play for Leeds. Good kick. Sure as ever, Paul Charlton taken from Langlands. He may be in trouble, but he's a little good when he starts to run. He got the sandwich between Alwyn Walters and Sullivan. Phil Lowe, halfway line, and dropped the ball. What is happening, I think, that when the tackle is made, the Australians are pulling to the ball. They're entitled to. This standing back at the play the ball is something which I just remarked about that will trouble Great Britain with this referee. The referees have, like all referees, I suppose, their peculiarities, the things they like so much. And Australia really running away with penalties, 7-3. Arthur Beeson with a dummy. I think Great Britain could well copy what the Australians are doing, trying to pinch the ball out when the tackle is made. O'Neill. 5 points to 2. Ward, the little short one. Oh, a good try by Langland. What is the referee giving? He's not giving a try. He's giving a penalty for offside. Here it is. Let's have a look at this one. Now this kick came through, and Langlands did a tremendous diving job. A wonderful thing, but Langlands has hurt himself on the left. So he's going to do it again. We'll have a look at it again. Now Langlands is one, remember. Did he get any start? Angles are very difficult. But he went, I think it was just offside, but he's going to do it again. So was one offside before he kicked. Well, we've seen it in all its permutations, but it did not try John Holmes to kick standoff. So that was, I suppose, a bit of a let off. could have been either way. I think it was offside. So the score remains at 5 points to 2 for Australia in the final of this World Cup. New Zealand team are here, the French team are here. Just how long this strength of O'Neill and O'Reilly in the front row can succeed, I don't know, but getting the ball from Britain possession. In that case it was Stevens. Lock forward, loose forward Sullivan, 25 yard line on the left. Beatson. Still Australia possession. Sullivan, and he's lost it. Right, a bit of handball stuff. Mike Stevenson is doing a tremendous lot of tackling. Is Stevenson. O'Neill, who got the try. Bit of shepherd in there. I first learned that phrase when I went to Australia. The shepherding. Going to have a kick and up and under again. Bobby Fulton trying to test Charlton. John Holmes came out of that nicely. John Holmes of Leeds. Full back and centre really, being preferred to Dennis O'Neill. Mike Stevenson. You can see what is happening there. Trying to pinch the ball. Half an hour gone. The scoreline, Australia 5, Great Britain 2. 10 minutes to go. Fourth tackle. And this is a chance for Grant, being taken into touch. 10 yards inside, and still a lot of controversy around this tack. Takes a lot of stopping, does this fella, Mark Harris. Charlton did well to take him. This is the really trouble man, Bobby Fulton. Starling. Owen Walters. Well, you see the try line. Great Britain in trouble here. With only one try down. I can't see it being given there. It can't be. So no try, but Great Britain are under an awful lot of pressure at the moment. Bobby Fulton. Great Britain needs some inspiration run at this moment. Getting well beaten in the penalties, but equal in the scrums. An awful lot of scrums. Well, that's one way to go about it, about John Walsh. Halfway line. Australia coming onto the ball most effectively. Fourth tackle. Chris Ashcott. Terry Clausen. Great Britain possession. George Nichols, a witness. And the penalty against O'Neill for a bit of hard stuff. And he's indicated, when the referee looked back, and then he's worth looking at, the referee, because he indicates what happened, and he gave a beautiful impression of a uppercut. 25 yards line. Great Britain running short of time now in the first half, about 7 minutes or so to go. Down 5 points to 2. An interval try, pre-interval try that is, would be very encouraging. Terry Clawson. Lockwood to Phil Lowe. Whoa! And in England that would be a penalty for dumping, and they've got the ball again of the Australians. This is a chance for Grant, the Queenslander, but been taken well by Clive Sullivan, number 2, the captain, and Paul Charlton. We got an injured player for the Phil Lowe from the dumping that he got. On the right, obviously landed on his head or his nose. He'll come into shot now. It's what they call the spear tackle. It's been outlawed in British football. 5 minutes to go to half time. The score 5 points to 2. Oh dear, and the Langland involved. A bit unlike Langland as the captain, getting involved in this sort of thing. We got John Holmes. What is happening here? John, the referee has got the football, so he can't kick, and he's calling Langlands who wouldn't come up. If we could be on the referee, just to the right. The producer can't hear me, I know, but he can. But so he's spoken to O'Neill for talking. He could have given a penalty further upfield. Language difficulty is always the problem, of course, but it is a neutral referee, Mick Stevenson. Britain possession. Jeans. Lockwood. Only one try, the margin at the moment, with about 2 minutes to go to half time. John Holmes to Phil Lowe. Every time the Phil Lowe gets hold of the ball, there's always 4 or 5 fellows onto him. Gets a lot of punishment. I lost the ball. Brian Lockwood. Grant. Sullivan loose forward. John Atkinson with a chance but knocked on. Advantage, 4th tackle coming up. Owen Walters. Put it back to Langlands to kick. Now it's running away from Charlton. He's had about another 10 yards added onto him. Got past 1. 25 yards line. Chris Hesketh. Clive Sullivan had gone inside. He's now taking the dummy half position. Now finding touch. Langland's quite sound. And the ball's come off for a nice inside to Beatson. And Mark Harris, just a great tackle. A great tackle by George Nichols. Great Britain have got to get these loose footballs as the line around. Don't want to try before half time. They'll find it difficult. The fourth tackle coming up. Sullivan. And can he go? Sullivan, can he go? I think Sullivan will go off into the field. I don't think anybody's going to catch him. Everybody's saying go, go, go. And he goes for a try to Sullivan. What a tremendous try. And he was tired after that. Well, watch this one. So Australia to kick off in the second half with a score of 5 points each, and a tremendous effort by Sullivan, who made the try that brought Great Britain level. Earlier goal by Clausen made it 5. O'Neill got a try for Australia, and Brannigan got the goal. So 5-all. So the World Cup now at stake with 40 minutes to go, and it's Great Britain on the right. No team changes. Philo had a little bit of a knocking around, but it seems to be all right. And there must be a bit of a wind, but very well taken by Langland, and a great tackle by John Walsh. Really buried Langland, the sort of thing that the Australians have been doing in the first half. And I think there's a look of something about the Great Britain start in this second half that could look good, but it's the big strong forwards like O'Neill and O'Reilly that's causing the trouble. Oh, a good run indeed by Ward. Beatson in for a try. Beatson must be in for a try. Oh, Roy nearly knocked the ball forward. Mike Stevenson did a great job in chasing him and almost caused him to knock the ball out of his hands, but it was a try to Beatson. Came from the play the ball. Here it comes again, Dennis Ward. Dennis Ward, formerly witness, accelerated quickly between two players and then turned inside Beatson. Now look at Stevenson, number 9. He chased and chased, didn't give up running. Then as he was going, he watched the ball go forward. He went up, but he scored again. A lucky break really, but on the other hand, a good try created by Dennis Ward to make the score Australia 8-5 after 1 minute in the second half, and an easy kick for Brannigan with one success and his 4th attempt. So that just to the point when one thought that Great Britain were beginning to sense the occasion was such to really go to town. So 10 points to 5, Australia 10, Great Britain 5. So again, Great Britain behind, needing an inspiration. The last one came from Sullivan. Charlton going to push the ball down straight to Langland, and Charlton's out of position. Maybe he is not running in. Charlton having a run, is 6 of them on him. There's always 2 or 3 players making the tackle. In that case, Fulton and O'Reilly with 3 looking on. The Aussies believing in playing right up on top for taking the players for tackling. Brian Lockwood, second report, no changes at half time. Dennis O'Neill and Irvin the subs. Walsh. Sullivan, Bobby Fulton. Beetson. Hardy Beetson, and Australia moving around with an overlap here. An obstruction against Great Britain, but Australia recovering, and good tackle by Brian Lockwood. Poor tackle coming up. Lost ball. Remarkable the number of passes that are dropped, but the Australian really quick onto the ball. O'Reilly and O'Neill, the big heavy forwards, bolting down the middle all the time. And drop kick by Fulton, but no goal. And we've got, I thought we got an injured player there in Stevenson, but he was just bending down for his boot. So Australia 10, Great Britain 5 at the start of this second half. Five minutes gone, second half. Midway between the halfway line and the 25 yards line. Great Britain have still to go into the Australian half in this half. George Nichols, nice short one. He could come off. He's taking it well. Outside him, he's got Phil Lowe. This is the best move in this half. Signs of things to come from Great Britain, down 10 points to 5. Adopting the tactics of up and under. Sullivan taking the man, but Australia taking possession. They seem to get up to these up and unders and take them pretty well. Stevenson having a very good game. Stevenson, the Dewsbury hooker. Owen Walters. Australia pushing it back to Langlands, and the forwards running yards in front. Yeah, running a long way, obviously not offside, and still he starts to run. They've got to give him distance, but there's a lot of yardage created in that early pace. Getting up out in front of the kicker. Always 2-1 on the tackle, sometimes 3-1, sometimes 4. David Jeans. Phil Lowe. Phil Lowe, the man in the forwards who could pull the trouble back. Paul Charlton. There's a chance. Walsh has got Atkinson. Atkinson probably in trouble. They are, and Atkinson's pass to O'Reilly. Great Britain far too generous in this passing of the ball without being sure it's going to a man in white. Halfway line. 10 points to buy. Britain fighting for their lives in this World Cup. They're the only team to win all the 3 matches. A lot of people think, well, that's enough, but it's the rules of the competition. Of the top 2 playoff. Langland inside to Beetson. An awkward kick, but Charlton there as ever and as graceful as ever, but taken by Fulton Ryder under the post. So this is a cut and thrust to and through for Great Britain now to try and pull something back. We had the brilliance of the Sullivan try just in the half time. This fella Stevenson's got on his own. Nobody could get up with him. Mick Stevenson and Langlands again. Rabbitin. He plays for St George. I should think he should play for the Rabbitohs, which is South Sydney. The way he goes burying in, and on the touchline is Harry Bath, I think, telling Langlands to quieten down or something. It's George Nichols, new pair of shorts. Just 5 points, a try and a goal. Britain away from a draw. Plenty of time to go. If it is a draw, incidentally, 10 minutes each time will be played, and if it's a draw at the end of 10 minutes each way, it will be Great Britain's Cup because they've got the best point scoring average. Brian Lockwood, by going through a stone wall, which is going to take the strength out of the Great Britain forwards. They need a move here. David Jean, and again losing possession. Walters. Britain now learning to get 2 or 3 onto the man in possession. 10 points to 5. Atkinson on Brannigan. Atkinson got a very badly cut eye, incidentally. The Australians seem to have more of the ball than Great Britain. One that turned the other way, thanks to Mick Stevenson. 10 minutes gone. There's a man here, there could be trouble here. John Walsh, who a real burying tackle. We've seen a lot of hard tackling. It's hard rugby, is this stuff. 25-yard line, and we're on the last tackle. George Nichols, well, I thought we were. We keep putting his hand up and keep putting it up. I say, go and have a drop, no, an up and under. Going to try and do the same sort of tactics that the Australian were doing. But Langland's got it. And offside, front of the referee, and there's a bit of trouble. There's a bit of trouble going on. Somebody wanting to mix it. Kennedy Clive Sullivan tried to clear it. Oh. Ray Brannigan. Arthur Beetson. Oh, it's a chance for Great Britain. It got Sullivan outside him, inside. Stevie Nash getting knocked down. 25 yards on the left. Great Britain just 5 points behind. John Holmes. A lot of loose passes which we're losing possession with. A long kick and a chase. Charlton in trouble, but the ball goes over the line. So it's a restart from under the post. He had to kick out there again. Great Britain losing possession at the vital moment. John Holmes, not a good one. Might be brilliantly picked up by Langland. Oh, Langland's still going up. Great Britain, 10 points to 5. Struggling for their World Cup live. Beat Australia in the opening game 27-21. Bobby Fulton. Stevens, Gary Stevens, right under the Great Britain post. And his 4 tackles. Australia been taking the scrums 7-6. This is one that Stevenson needs. Had a good game, Mike Stevenson. Good ball. No one. Do it again. Referee Jamo taking the players back to the point it started from, and Stevie Nash to feed. Great Britain ball. Some terrific tackling going on. Phil Lowe, it's a long way for even Phil Lowe to go, and he's the man that the Aussies most fear in the forward. Chris Hesketh. It's a match of tackling, a match of tremendous tackling. The Australians going on 2-1 on every tackle made. There's always a couple on the job. The fourth tackle. Midway between the halfway line and the 25 yards line. And Great Britain just 5 points down, 10 points to 5. A minute after the interval try. Australia ball. Nichols, who's having a good match. Ward. That's a good tackle by John Walsh. 25 yards line. Great Britain not having a lot of play in the Australians off. The big 17-stone forwards, O'Neill and O'Reilly, trying to break down the defence. Beetson and big Mark Harris. Going back for a drop at goal and a charge kick. And play on, said the referee, which is all right. Fulton keeps bringing Britain back on this 5 yards. This is a stickler on, is the referee. Paul Charlton up. Dennis Ward keeps going, accelerating through these little openings. Again the hand goes up, rather confusing whether it's 3 or 4 tackles. John O'Reilly. Langland to Grant. John Grant, number 2 playing left wing. Langlands. And far too far. So Great Britain need to be getting into their opponents' half. Men like Nash and Nichols, who are combining well, need to, there's Ray Brannigan, right wing 3/4. Need to get in with not the distance to go. They need to be scoring from shorter distances out. 10 points to 5. Australia 10, Great Britain 5. Nichols showing the ball well, and you are losing it. Number of times that Great Britain have lost the ball in possession. Arthur Beetson. Langlands. Down and up. Seems to be a lot of players around in the green and gold. O'Reilly. Australia putting on a lot of pressure at this moment, and all that came from a Great Britain possession. Britain tackling well now. Gary Sullivan almost, and I think it's the 4th tackle, but the referee's hand shot up a number of times. I wouldn't like to be sure about it. Little short one. He had his come off. Going to try to barge in on his own. Bobby Fulton going in from the short distance. The big heavy forward. O'Reilly, I don't know how many tackles these have been, but I think the referee's probably lost count. And Langlands again, and Brannigan out. Well taken by Lockett and Lowe, near go, but I don't know how many tackles went on there, and I would like to count. But Great Britain having to do an awful lot of tackling, must be taking some of the strength. They need the ball from the scrum. And it's Australia possession, even though I think Stevenson had hooked it. 10 points to 5, Australia 10, Langlands. John O'Neill, fellow who started it off. Still Great Britain in trouble defending grimly. And it's the 4th tackle. Alwyn Walters, quite a bright hooker, but number 9 going in against Great Britain's Mick Stevens, who had a very good game, just 5 points the margin. And the referee is on his behind. Everybody else has been, so. And offside. The penalty for Great Britain. Can it bring relief? John Holmes to kick. Well, the game's not by any means lost for Great Britain. They had that sensational try just before half-time. Penalties have been pretty strong against Great Britain, but they need to be playing in the Australia half to work some of the moves. A triangular effort ending with George Nichols. Holmes. Halfway line. Oh, and again the ball dropped. Starling on the job, and the Australians have just an offside against Great Britain with 20 minutes gone, 20 minutes to go for Great Britain to save this match. They're down 10 points to 5, just one try, one goal, but losing the ball so often. John Walsh. 3-2-1 usually. Clausen. 3-2-1. You can tremendous cover tackling, and not cover in the widest sense, in the shortest sense. Fourth tackle. I'm not quite sure of the referee's signals. He sometimes puts the hand up when there's one to go, sometimes when there's two to go, and then sometimes in that case a straight four. The referee didn't allow advantage. He couldn't have been anyway. It went into touch. And so it's less than 20 minutes to go. Australia with a try a minute after the interval, leading by 10 points to 5. And shading the scrums at the moment. And there must be a penalty. No good kick in the goal, I wouldn't think. Need John Holmes kicking. Well, he's got it out, so it's in a position to work something. The Kangaroos on the left, 25 yards line where the tap's going to be taken. Great Britain standing very, very deep at this moment. Obviously going. Phil Lowe has had an awful lot of bashing. Must be taking some effect out of him. Pretty high tackle. Jeans. David Jeans, Leeds, ex-Wakefield Trinity. 15 yards from the Australian try line, and a try and a goal needed to make the scores level. Nice one inside to Phil Lowe. Referee's got his hand up. Going to have a drop. Oh no, going to have up and under. Not a bad idea, but going without. The bounce of the ball is important. James is trying to run in the wide open spaces, but he's not fast enough. So it's a clean slate again. Could be in if he... Is he in? Is he in? No, he's just short. David James. Well, what a stranglehold that is. Which way do you want him? Going both ways. Well, that's Great Britain. Could... Oh, lost possession. No, they've got it again. Yes, they lost it. Well, hard lines that. I think Great Britain were very unlucky there. But it's again the let-off. Arthur Beetson. Well, that was Great Britain's big chance a couple of minutes ago when they were doing the attacking. Gary Stevens, number 12. And a halfway line. Arthur Beetson, a nice inside one. Gary Stevens, Big John O'Neill, and a good tackle by Paul Charlton. But what an awful long way the Australians have come back from that Great Britain attack. 10 points to 5 the score. Australia 10, Great Britain 5, and David Jeans obviously doesn't feel very good. Dennis Wright, the Oldham Great Britain physiotherapy, I think he got a knock when he was tackled on the try line. A valiant effort by Jeans there. Scrams 10-8 for Australia. 11-8. Dennis Ward. "25 yards line." Dennis Ward had a good game, this fellow who learned a bit of his football in Widnes. Gary Sullivan, Arthur Beetson, one to come, and back comes the pressure on Great Britain with that. Oh, must have been a bit of obstruction on Bobby Fulton and Paul Charlton hurt. And about 5 yards being pushed away, so the referee is insisting on the ball being put in at the allotted spot with less than 15 minutes to go. Australia possession. How long can this terrific pressure by the Australia be sustained, or how long can Great Britain hold out? I don't know, but you're going to see it all. A chance for Britain, one of the few occasions the Aussies have lost the ball. You just need a try and a goal for this World Cup. Australia won it 3 times, Great Britain twice. First started in 1954 in France when Great Britain won it. Sullivan needs to produce one of those brilliant ones he did just before half time. Well, that's one way if it runs. Atkinson's running after it. Brannigan will come round this way if he can. Did well, did Brannigan, to get out of 3. George Nichols. Gary Sullivan, a lock forward, loose forward. And Australia playing all around people like O'Reilly and Beetson. By Sullivan, picks it up. It's a long one. We've got a bit of overlap here. John Walsh. A lot of hard stuff going on in the middle, and it's quietly or not quietly. Great Britain fighting for this World Cup. 10 points to 5 down. There could be some chance here. 25 yards line. The best of Britain so far, with that and an earlier one. Could they be running into... It's come off for Atkinson. Atkinson running well. The fourth tackle, but Atkinson is best bit so far. Irving may come on. Irving's coming on, and who's coming off? Phil Lowe? They don't know. Who's off? Irving's on anyway. And David Jeans is off. David Jeans had a knock, so they'll probably put Lockwood up front. Must be offside now. Anyway, what am I refereeing the match for? Irving on for David Jeans, so I should think Lockwood will go up front. Yeah, Lockwood's up front in the front 3, and Irving's in the second row. Great Britain ball, and he's in the right position. John Holmes. Fourth tackle, I think, anyway. Could be getting the players back, but I don't see how it could be. Oh, well taken, Sullivan. Right, lost the ball. I wouldn't like to count how many times I must have said the ball's been lost this afternoon in Great Britain possession. But they're still in with a chance. 10 points to 5. This is going to be the kick up. There's a lot of advance party going up. There's, you see all those green and yellow. They've got to give him 5 yards, but you see they're in the position to take the tackle and they can't go very far. And all the whites have got to come back. Killer tactics. 10 minutes to go with a try and a goal needed by Great Britain in the final of this World Cup. It's not going to run. Covered by Graham Langland. And he waits to try to pinch the ball. The tactics of the Australians have been successfully doing. But Great Britain still in this match. Well, he had a rather fun incident. He passed back and it came back to him. Could have been offside, but on the other hand, it could have been just that he passed to himself. And the referee saying no talking. John O'Reilly. Nashi has now got to be as cheeky as he can. John Walsh, Britain now are throwing everything into moving the ball about. The clean jersey is Bob Irving. George Nichols playing the ball. First time Irving's touched in number 15. Stevenson had a good match. Sullivan has Walsh the speed to get through. He is in touch. There's a touch judge. Some doubt about it. So say the crowd. No doubt about it according to the touch judge. 10 points to 5. A try and a goal needed by Great Britain to level the score. An extra time would be played down the blind side. 2-0. I got over that one. Obstruction. The position is right. John Atkinson obstructed. The position is right for some sort of a move. Can Great Britain do this? Still low. Sullivan managed to take it well. Still running Sullivan. There should be a chance. Inside, it's in the try. Stevenson. Well, great play by Sullivan here. He ran right across, kept going, came inside, and he looked as if he had the defence beaten on his own, and then he gave a long one to Lockwood, and he was still there looking, and Lockwood cleverly turned inside, and the man who follows everything up in brilliant style, Stevenson, scores as he has done on this World Cup series, and it's on this goal kick now to make it a draw. And if it's a draw at the end of the 40 minutes, then it's 10 minutes each way, and if it's done a draw, it's Great Britain's Cup. But they've got to get level now. It's 10 points to 8. Australia 10, Great Britain 8. Clausen to kick, number 8. To go! 10-10, Australia 10, Great Britain 10 with 6 minutes to go. So can Great Britain now equal comeback in tremendous fashion to win this World Cup. Their dogged determination has saved them their line time after time, but their spirit and guts has kept them in the game, even by giving chances away by losing possession. Must have given them heart, long as they don't make any mistakes. Could be drop goals, even though it's only 1 point. It's raining now heavily in the stadium. Lockwood having a good hard game. Rain coming down, which will make conditions a bit troublesome. Got to move up like the Australians do and do a cover, a blanket cover. Keep them there, that's the style. 5 minutes to go, 10-10. Extra time is if it's a draw. Mark Harris. Arthur Bateson. A good tackle by Walsh when it was needed. It pushed Dennis Ward a couple of yards back. So whatever happens now, Great Britain have been in this one. Good kick. Beautiful kick by Langland. Getting sort of top spin on it. Langland's regarded as the greatest fullback in the world today. Captain of the team. Dennis Ward on the left opposite little Steve Nash there, ready to put the ball in, and tremendous excitement here at this stadium. Australia possession. 1 tackle. I don't want to give away a penalty. O'Reilly, 2 tackles. Get behind the referee and then you're safe. Could be having a drop a goal. 3 tackles. Now somebody's going to go back and have a kick, I would think. Could be Fulton. No, O'Neill. 4 tackles. Ward has had 1 attempted drop, and so has Fulton, and of course here it is 1 point in World Cup football, but it would be a 1 point that's worth a lot. Australian possession, I think, yes. Oh no! Another scrum down. Langland's appealing to the referee. Steve Nash. Minutes running out. 3 to go. But there is extra time, 10 minutes each way. Bob Irvin, fresh, should be used as much as he can. We've got the floodlights on in the stadium. The dark clouds and the rain coming down. Good kick, brilliantly taken by Langlands. Good run to big strong Mark Harris. In touch. And they could give a penalty here for pushing him to touch. Quite right, correct decision. He was tackled inside and he was pushed into touch. Two minutes to go, 10-10. Australia 10, Great Britain 10. But play inside the Great Britain half with just sheer dogged determination, having brought every moment when needed, just before half-time the Sullivan try, and then just a while ago the Stevenson try. Penalties and drop goals could settle this match. Dennis Ward trying to go on his own. 1 tackle, 25 yards line on the right. And save them in England. So it's 10 minutes to go with no changes, as Fred Jones, the number 15 you saw, was just having a look on and listening to tactics. Right, it's the first time that extra time has been played in the World Cup. In 1970 Great Britain won all the 3 games, but lost 12-7 at Headingley. Now they've got a chance to get back something for that. They're not quite sure what is happening. Langlands is being told to kick, and of course Langlands has a right to take the tap in actual fact. The referee was wrong, Langlands was right. However, no good arguing with the referees here. Sullivan, who had been so much in this match, scored a brilliant try just before half-time and made the equalising try, and so has Mick Stevenson. What a great player and a good tourist this fellow is. Mick Stevenson of Dewsbury. Clausen, I thought he was going to have a drop. Phil Lowe. The great runs of previous matches haven't been quite as evident. The Australians known his tactics. In any case, he had a bit of a bumping about. It's an awkward one. Who's going to get it? Oh, brilliantly taken. Indeed. Brilliantly taken by Ray Brannigan when Great Britain were looking on. Mark Harris, the strong man. Bobby Fulton. 15 is Bob Irvin, the sub. Oldham. Whistle down for the 4th tackle, and the rain seems to be letting up a little bit with 2 minutes gone in the first half of extra time. Halfway line on the right. Well, John Walsh gets it inside, not a knock on to Steve Nash. Featherstone must be very proud of Nash, the way he's performed. Halfway line on the left. Wind of the moment favouring Great Britain, and he runs out. He could do with a point or two in this half. We'll have a look at the Test judge's flag if he puts it up. You remember the incident about the changed decision? Well, as I explained at the time, in the Australia-France match, it was exactly as I'd said, that the Test judge changed his mind because it had nothing to do with the forward pass ruling. However, that's by the by. This is in the first spell of 10 minutes in this World Cup final. 25 yards line. Great Britain on the left in white, Australia in yellow and gold. Just who's going to stay the pace the best we'll see, time will tell. Typical tactics you've seen so well, and the ball out on the full, which means the ball back, and to the uninitiated, a scrum is down where the ball was kicked, which is on the 25 yards line. Dennis Ward fetching the ball. There must be some tired fellows, tired legs, tired limbs, bruised bodies in this match. Offside. Kim Clausen, a prop forward. Offside. Kick taking the tap. Get onto him. He did a diving tackle. He did one in the first half. And he went over for a very argumentative try. Sullivan looked forward, just inside the Australian, was it Grant pushing somebody off. Fourth tackle, I think. Good kick because it's a long way to run, and this Atkinson has got an awful long way to run. He's got to get his foot to it. He has done. He got his foot to it, but he also got a penalty for obstruction. 5 minutes gone. 5 minutes to go in the first spell. I think Great Britain's got the wind which is blowing around this stadium now. Atkinson's got a patch on his eye. Got a rather nasty knock earlier on. So I'm sure to do us back home. This is one that's Wondering what's going to happen. Well, we don't know, but you can see it. 25 yards line. He's running wide is Stevie Nash to Sullivan, and pinch the ball out of his hand. Bit of treatment for Sullivan, who's looking apprehensively at some of the Australians at that moment, and there's a bit of an overlap here. This is a chance for Mark Harris. Oh, and a great tackle by Lowe. Brilliant tackle by Lowe, with Sullivan having to appeal. Got a bad knock on his chest. I don't know who gets through in that, but it's Great Britain ball. I lost the ball. John Walsh. John Atkinson. No chance for many players to run very far. Oh, there's a chance for... He's still going, he's low, and pulling up as ever is Stevenson. Run out of position possibly, but nobody got to go on his own. Oh, obstruction. Oh, bad obstruction. And Lockwood out. Couldn't have given a penalty try because there were too many covering. Somebody was appealing for it. Bobby Fulton on to Brian Lockwood. Brian Lockwood is out. That moved just a little. This is the obstruction. The kick was there. There was no doubt about it. Just sandwiched. The interesting thing just before that, when Great Britain turned inside, it was a chance of a try on this right wing with Sullivan there, who could have probably had a chance to run. 2 minutes to go. Clausen to take the kick. Had 2 successes, it's his 5th attempt. Terry Clausen to kick for goal, watched apprehensively by the reserve men on the bench and the extra squad, like Colin Dixon, very, very nervous indeed, and Dave Topless, and Dennis O'Neill. But it's back here with a score 10-10, Clausen to kick. Getting the catcalls from the crowd. Don't know what part of it, but the whistle's going, keeping everybody on side. There should be no doubt about it. He should get back. No goal. No goal. No goal, and it's half time. So Great Britain have just to hold out now for another 10 minutes and they will take the World Cup. It was, according to our watch, there was 50 seconds still to go. But I've often said on television, we can only tell what the time it is, the referee to decide. So Great Britain this time on the right, Lockwood fully recovered, Australia on the left, 10 minutes to go for Great Britain. If there's no score, they will take the trophy because they've got the better points average. Langlands to restart. Pushing it deep as far as he can. Atkinson. Oh, what a head-eye tackle, but the referee doesn't worry about that. Owen Walters. .25 yards line. And who's going to raise the strength to gallop the length of the field? Not a bad kick, but he's not going to run. Australia possession. Australia on the left in the dark jerseys. Great Britain on the right. As I said earlier, fighting for the World Cup lives. Now I've got 9 minutes to hold on without Australia scoring, and it will be their trophy. Great Britain 93 points scored before today. Must be a fearsome sight for an English player with 3 Australians waiting to as a reception committee. Crikey, I thought that was a head-on. Halfway between the 25 yard and the halfway line. And the Aussies incidentally at 65. A bit of a awkward one-up, but well taken by Grant after a bit of a juggling. The only Queenslander from the Banana Landers. He must be in trouble if you get out of this. I should call him Merlin the magician from Queensland, but he didn't. Dennis Ward, Graham Langland. A very good kick, and he's having to chase it himself. Is Langland. Paul Charlton in trouble. Paul Charlton's in trouble. He's run back to try to get clear, and this heavy ground, I don't think he's going to be able to do it. Well, he didn't. And Sullivan's in the middle of the field now. Just a matter of tactics, whether to try and hold on or keep making an full attack of scoring, but there's all on one side. They're all on one half of the field. Well taken. This is a chance for Walsh, but there's nobody up in the middle. They couldn't expect to be. They've been better to go down the sideline. Kim Harris a chance. Big inside. It's all right. Can he run? Who is it? Phil Lowe. Well, this is a cut and thrust to and fro. It's the one who's going to score first now that's going to win this match, unless Great Britain can hold on and not have any points scored against them. Still throwing the ball about. But it's some tremendous tackling. This fella Harris taking Atkinson. John Walsh kicking to John Grant. I think Great Britain players are learning a little bit when Esketh and George Nicholl there trying to take the ball as well as the man. Halfway line, just inside Great Britain. Owen Walters in possession. Seems to be quite a big overlap here. Langland's coming up. Inside to Mark Harris. Australia playing good football. Fourth tackle coming up. Gary Sullivan the man. Should cause no trouble providing nobody drops it. Chris Esketh. Charlton had gone outside him if he could have seen him and got his pass in. Terry Clausen, 25 yards line. Fourth tackle coming up. 5 minutes gone, 5 minutes to go before Great Britain can take this World Cup. Nice dummy there by John Walsh, and this is a chance for Great Britain. A nice kick forward and an obstruction, and it must be a kick for Clausen to go. Obstruction. Graham Lang was really annoyed about that and threw the ball at somebody, but well, I don't know whether you're going to see that again, but however, it was obstruction and Clausen to kick. So Terry Clausen who has kicked 2 goals, his 6th attempt, and it would be a real bodybuilder or a body blow, whichever way you want to look at it. The goal kicking, of course, has gone off in this last half hour or so due to the condition of the ground. I'm sure had a lot of rain. In fact, behind the post is kicking now. There's a solitary couple with a great big red umbrella. Everybody's come under this huge stand that we're in. And 6 minutes gone. Bobby Fulton no doubt going to have a word about something, moving around. Not supposed to move while the kick is being taken. Terry Clausen to kick. Terry Clausen leads as the whistles go up and down. Clausen, unperturbed, takes the kick. No goal. No goal. I suppose he needs some kicking in this match, so the Australians breathe again. And it's a kick out. It's a kick out. It should be a tap in actual fact, but because the ball has gone dead. But not from a penalty, of course. Three minutes to go. 3 minutes for Great Britain to hold on to take this World Cup. Dave Valentine, who was the captain when Great Britain won the Cup in 1954, is here today with men like Frankie Dyson and Jack Wilkinson, himself a great forward. So it's kick and cut and thrust. Oh, well taken, John Holmes. Brilliantly taken. You're in trouble, lad, but stick to the ball. Clausen. Halfway between the 25-yard line and the... I was just hesitating then because I was just getting a signal about time, and it's 2 minutes to go. John Holmes going to have a drop of goal. Well, it's not a goal, but it's just a question of tactics, of trying to keep the Australians in their own half. What's going on? There's a lot of field spread around, not deep. Obviously, this is the tap. Got to take the tackle and the ball if possible. Elwyn Walters. Down inside. Got to go down for the ball. And it's a bit of a mix-up. Brian Lockwood went down but couldn't give it. The ball is greasy now. It takes some holding, I suppose. The only way to go in for the tackle now. 10 points each. The score 10-10 with 1 minute to go. 10 points to Great Britain, 10 to Australia, and with the best scoring average of 10-10, it will be Great Britain's trophy. But it's still, the ball's still loose, and it's, I think, a clean sweep of tackle. I don't know, the referee indicates it was. Plenty of open spaces. The Australians running into the British half. A minute to win this match in. Still making yardage. Great Britain now stoutly defending. It could be a drop of goal. To drop and not very successful is John Atkinson. A good run. I think Harris is on his feet, and it is time. George Nichols. Bobby Fulton down on the ground, can't move. John Walsh inside to Atkinson. Outside Atkinson still running. Outside Atkinson still running. But down on the not running any longer. And it is... time is up. And we've got, in fact, there's a half-minute gone. It's 10 and a half. And on the field is the French trainer trying to get Cramp out of Fulton. The referee doesn't seem to have looked at his watch yet. Might be doing now. And on the field is the French touch judge. French touch judge going on with the Australian trainer on, and Great Britain have won the World Cup by holding on 10 points all, because of the better scoring average in this World Cup. Then Great Britain have taken from the holders Australia, and there's the Great Britain captain with the Australians having gone in completely, nobody out here. Clive Sullivan, there's the Coupe du Monde, as a delighted Paul Charlton shows it, and up they're going to get. Sullivan on the back, and if they've got strength, I don't know whether they've got strength to do a lap of honour. If they have, well, that's a good picture. Mike Stevenson, what a good game he's had. And how the Great Britain team was at the storm. Phil Lowe, sufficiently strong enough to go around a lap of honour. And number 5, in case you're wondering what the green and gold jersey is that little Featherstone lad who learnt his game in Featherstone, and the ball boy. What a moment for him. And John Atkinson is being taken off on the left, rather shattered. Australia 10, Grand Britain 10, and Great Britain win it because they had a better scoring average in the whole tournament, and I suppose rightly so. They did win all their 3 matches, but if they'd lost today 11-10, they still wouldn't have got the trophy. So as the part of the French gone, there's the British flag, and gone specially to show it. So from Lyon, with Great Britain having won the World Cup, goodbye from me. Hope you've enjoyed it.